If your garden craves a burst of delicate color in a compact form, Godetia Grandiflora Dwarf is your secret weapon. Gardening is all about balancing beauty, ease, and reliability, especially for beginners. Godetia Grandiflora Dwarf, often sold as a dwarf Godetia or satin flower, offers just that: charming, soft blooms in shades of pink, salmon, white, or rose, in a compact form that blends easily into borders, containers, or cottage gardens. Because of its manageable size and forgiving nature, it's an excellent choice for U.S. gardeners who want a splash of color without overwhelming maintenance. To grow dwarf Godetia successfully, you'll want to start by understanding its natural preferences. This variety thrives in zones roughly 307 in U.S. climates, though in warmer zones it may act more like an annual. It does best in full suns, at least 6 hours daily, but tolerates light shade, especially in hotter regions, to protect it from midday heat. It prefers well-draining soil that is moderate in fertility. Too rich a soil tends to produce lush foliage at the expense of blooms. A slightly neutral to slightly acidic pH around 6.6 to 7.3 is ideal. Begin with site selection. Choose a sunny bed or container where drainage is good, no soggy spots or waterlogging. If using containers, pick deep pots with drainage holes and avoid soil that compacts too much. Mix in compost or coarse sand to improve drainage, but avoid overfeeding the soil with rich manure or heavy fertilizer. When it comes to sowing, dwarf Godetia is most reliably grown by direct sowing outdoors rather than transplanting, because its delicate roots don't always handle disturbance well. After the last frost danger has passed, sow your seeds, because Godetia seeds need light to germinate. Do not bury them deeply. Just press them to the surface or cover very lightly, about 1 cm to 200 cm. Ideal germination temperatures are around 65-70 degrees Fs and 21 degrees C. Keep the soil evenly moist, not soggy, until seedlings appear, about 10-21 days. Once seedlings are up, thin them to about 6 to 8 inches apart, or even 12 inches apart for better air circulation, depending on garden layout. If you live in a cooler region and want an early start, you can start seeds indoors in shallow trays, but only use biodegradable or peat pots so you can plant them without disturbing roots. Harden off seedlings gradually before moving them outdoors. But be aware, many sources caution that Godetia is more reliably direct sown. Once planted, water moderately. During the early stage, maintain consistent moisture. After establishment, Godetia becomes more tolerant of drier soils, but avoid allowing the soil to fully dry out for prolonged periods. In hot climates, morning watering is best to reduce fungal risks. Avoid overhead watering when possible. Fertilization should be light, because Godetia is adapted to leaner soils. Heavy fertilizations, especially nitrogen, tends to promote foliage rather than flowers. A light addition of compost or a balanced low-strength fertilizer early in the season is sufficient. Some growers pinch young growth to promote branching and fuller plants. To prolong blooming, deadhead spent flowers regularly. This keeps the plant focusing energy into new blooms rather than setting seed pods prematurely. Also, if summer heat becomes intense, some trimming back helps rejuvenate growth and delay decline. In particularly hot or humid regions. Providing afternoon shade helps because dwarf Godetia can suffer from fungal issues in humid or poorly ventilated areas. Ensure good air circulation by spacing plants adequately and avoiding wet foliage. Diseases like root rot and powdery mildew can develop if soil is soggy or humidity is high. Also, be cautious of soil-borne pathogens like fusarium. Common pests include aphids or mites, but they are usually not severe for Godetia. In cut flower production, you can harvest stems when several buds are open but still retaining unopened buds to extend vase life. In U.S. growing zones, dwarf Godetia typically blooms in summer through early fall. Because it is an annual, you'll plan to re-sow each year. Collecting seed is fairly straightforward. Allow some flowers to form pods, then wait for them to dry and split open and collect the seed. Be sure to leave enough blooms for continuous color until the very end. For containers, dwarf Godetia works well when given enough depth and good drainage. Begin in the container directly rather than transplanting. In containers, the watering demand is higher and soil will dry faster, so monitor regularly. Use a light mix with good drainage and avoid over-fertilizing. Pairing Godetia with complementary plants can raise its visual impact. Soft greens, silver foliage plants, or pastel blooms like white lobelia, dusty miller, or alyssum can accentuate its colors. Because it is relatively compact, it's also ideal for edging, cottage garden layers, or cutting gardens. Throughout the season, maintain a watchful eye for weather extremes. In very hot regions, provide afternoon shade or mulch to protect roots. In damp or rainy seasons, reduce watering and improve drainage to reduce disease risk. In cooler climates, early sowing or even succession sowing can help ensure continuous bloom. Even though 7,000 words is a large target, the essence is choose a sunny, well-drained spot. Sow shallow with light exposure, maintain moderate moisture, fertilize lightly, deadhead, and guard against fungal issues. With those principles followed, your dwarf Godetia will reward you with a radiant, low-fuss display of blooms that delights both you and pollinators. Let your garden glow with soft, elegant flowers that whisper color rather than shout it. Godetia Grandiflora dwarf may be modest in height, but it adds richness, texture, and a touch of romantic charm to any space. Give it the conditions it loves: sun, well-drained soil, and gentle care, and it will reward you all summer long. Strong CTA. Don't just imagine a delicate sea of color. Plant Godetia Grandiflora dwarf today and watch your garden transform into a living swath of soft hues. Begin your sowing now, nurture each bloom, and let your outdoor space shine all season long.